Alright Subnauts, we're back in the world of Subnautica 2, and we are less than 24 hours before the early access launch of Subnautica 2. This has been a long time coming, and I'm sure a mountain of you are anxious to get into the game. Less than one sleep away and we can finally play Subnautica 2. I am super excited, but with that in mind, there is a little bit of news to keep you guys at bay, so let's talk about it. First off, we're going to be going over a massive achievement once again that the team has already achieved before the early access launch for Subnautica 2. Also, there is some information about a leak that recently went on. Leaks are a little bit touchy here on the channel, but there is a leak that we need to talk about. There's also been a pretty big update today that's going to make it so players are more likely to be able to jump in and play the game. We also got soundtrack information, release times, and of course we're going to be taking some of your questions here on the channel. As always guys, if you want to stay up to date on all things Subnautica 2, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on all the juicy information we're going to be having over the next couple of years. Not only you keep yourself informed, but you help support the channel in a very big way. As always guys, my name is Fervor, and let's dive into the news. Alright, starting this video off strong, let's go over to the Steam top sellers, and as to no one's surprise, Subnautica 2 has jumped up to #1 top seller in the entire Steam charts. Now, let's be completely honest here, I don't think a single person is surprised by that. I imagine a massive portion of you who are watching this video right now already purchased the game, pre-purchased the game, looking to purchase it, or gonna get it within the next 2 days. So I don't think anyone's too surprised by Subnautica jumping to #1. This game has been really high on the list for the most wish listed. It just hit the 5 million recently. So yeah, a lot of players want to play it, but yeah, it's reached #1 on the charts, which is super amazing. The reason I led with this one is because I want to do something a little bit special here on the channel for the community though. I am going to be giving away 1 copy of Subnautica for the early access launch. Obviously, I'm going to be doing this periodically throughout the launch, but for the early access launch, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to give players about 24 hours after the launch to be able to submit. All you need to do is just leave a comment down below. Check the community tab in the next 48 hours. And if you won, I'll tag you, get you the game, just to give a little bit back to the community. I know it's not much, but it is a great way to say thank you to the community for the support on the videos. I just always like to help out players. So yeah, we have a giveaway, and it's a top seller, so super awesome. All right, next, let's talk about a leak that just recently happened. And while I will not be showing any of that information here on the channel, I know a lot of you are anxious to jump in and see Subnautica. I mean, it's less than 24 hours we'll be playing, but nonetheless, there was a pretty massive leak for the first, I would say, about 10 minutes of the game. I will say, if you want to go look for it, it's on YouTube. There will be some channels that's featuring it. I, once again, will not be showing any of that because I don't like dealing in leaks. But if you guys are impatient and you don't want to, wait to see it, go ahead and go check it out on the YouTubes right now. There's a few videos on it. I gotta say, the first 10 minutes looks pretty impressive. I'm super excited to finally jump in, but yeah, it looks really impressive. Love the graphics, love everything about what I saw. I can't express how excited I am to actually jump in and experience it firsthand. I know I ruined it a little bit for myself, but at the end of the day, I had to see it for myself. It looks amazing. Now, fresh off the presses, we got some really cool information for Geforce Now users. And this is from Danya, the community manager for Unknown Worlds. We know you have some questions about this. Subnautica 2 will be available on Geforce Now at early access launch. More details to come from NVIDIA Geforce Now directly tomorrow. Now, for those of you who are not aware of the service, this is just Geforce Now. You can just stream the game to your system. You don't need to have a beefy PC to be able to play. I used to use Geforce Now before I upgraded my PC for almost 2 years. But yeah, I think this is really nice, especially if you don't have the best PC in the world, and it should be available for Geforce Now. While we're talking about third-party services that will have the game, Xbox Gamepass did recently talk about having it, so I'm expecting sometime at the start of the early access launch. If you have Xbox Gamepass, you should be able to jump into it. You'll have it available for Geforce Now, and you'll have it available for Xbox Gamepass. So that's a lot of options for players to be able to jump into and play it. And keep in mind, this game is going to be cross-platform and cross-play, so you'll be able to jump in with your friends if they have Game Pass as well. So this is going to be, so I expect a massive amount of players jumping in day 1, week 1, give or take. So yeah. All right, next, let's talk a little bit about the early access launch times, just so people are caught up and aware. I want to make sure you guys have it fresh on your mind. I'll have this up on the screen as well as linked down in the description, all the stuff in this video, by the way. But for people who are wondering, for tomorrow, 8 a.m. PDT for my people on the West Coast. On the East Coast, this will be at 11 in the morning. I'm Central Time, So I'll be somewhere in the middle, around 10 o'clock. I'll be able to jump in and play. For my people over in Beans and Toastland, you'll be able to play at 4 p.m. In Central Europe, you'll be able to play at 5 p.m. And then, of course, all the way in Australia, you'll be able to play at 1 a.m. on the 15th of May. Again, I'll have the launch times down in the description so you can check it out. Make sure we are fresh and ready for those times. Get yourself some snacks, get yourself some water, make sure you're hydrated. Tell your family you love them, and it's time to jump in because it's going to be a long week. Next, let's talk about the soundtrack. Once again, we're going to be taking a look at Danya from the community management team at Unknown Worlds. She said this: we have a little surprise. The Subnautica 2 soundtrack by the incredible Ben Puentry is now listed on Steam and is coming soon for $4.99 USD. Check out the track names and dive into your best theories about them in Subnautica 2 chat. It does look like there may be a little bit like some type of teaser stuff with the name or something. Like the game, the soundtrack is also a work in progress. This means it will grow as Subnautica 2 early access is developed. We will add more tracks over time at a regular cadence, leading up to the full soundtrack at 1.0 release. The soundtrack will increase in price as more tracks are added. Check it out now. I'll have that link down in the description. If you want to support the artist as well as the team, go ahead and go purchase the soundtrack. As they said, there will be more and more added. I figured I'd add this up here because I think it's important. Alright, Subnauts, this is the part of the video where we take your comments that you leave in the previous video. This is the video where we're talking about the roadmap details in the Reaper Leviathan blueprint. We're going to take a handful of your questions, comments, and concerns and put them in a video. If you want to have your comment show up in a video, feel free to leave them down below. I'll select a handful based on interaction, and yeah, we'll see if we put it on the screen. So leave your comments down below and let's go over a few of them. The first one is from Big Dog Gaming 26. I won't lie, the new stealth looks great, but honestly, hate the hammer axe. I think it looks like a dangerous kid's toy. Now, I'm pretty sure what he's referring to is what I'm showing you on screen right now. I'll loop it a few times and slow it down, but I gotta agree with him. The hammer axing does look like a little kid's toy. I'll see if I can find an image of a toy that looks kind of similar to it, but I don't know. I can't unsee it now. It's kind of funny, but yeah, it does look like a kid's toy. Next, this one is from Scott Gus, which is, I believe, another partner content creator here on the YouTube. Unknown Worlds literally removed all weapons and combat from the game. You cannot harm any hostile creatures. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I am someone who's never really played the first Subnauticas. I've watched people play, but I was always under the impression you had knives as well as like axes that you could use to kind of hit the smaller ones because you could eat fish and stuff. I definitely believe there was always weapons in the game, and I don't really feel like that's changing. I will say though, I don't really feel like the game has always been the kind of game where they want you to actively hunt the creatures in the world. My impressions of Subnautica has always been the smaller ones you could harm with your knife and it'd be inefficient. The medium ones you kind of try to keep at bay with your suits and or different things and weapons and stuff. The little weapons that you have, and then the Leviathans or the bigger ones you typically just try to avoid and or stay away from, observe from a distance kind of thing. I've never thought of Subnautica as a hostile, go hunt creatures down kind of game. Not to say I wouldn't like that kind of gameplay. I think that would be super cool. But I don't know if I would say Unknown Worlds removed it, as it feels like Unknown Worlds has always made Subnautica a game that wasn't necessarily about the hostility, but more about exploration, discovery, uncovering a story, that kind of thing. That's just my thoughts on it, but let me know down in your comments if that's kind of what you guys think, or maybe I'm off base here. Finally, this one is from Aya Kinsey, and he said this: that's the same roadmap that was used months ago from the Crafton lawsuit. It's not a leak, it's official information used in the court case. First off, as I said a moment ago, I don't really deal in leaks. It's more of, that's the name of the article from Insider Gaming. I'm just presenting the information. That's what I'm always here for, to present the information so players can get the information. Yes, it is official information used in court cases, but you have to always keep in mind, especially when it comes to gamers, we are kind of the exception and not really the rule. Majority of the gamers don't really watch the lawsuits. Majority of the gamers get their information from other creators or passing articles and things like that. So a lot of times, a lot of people don't actually know this information, and that's kind of why it's my job to present it. So I will say, just because you may know it or I may know it, a good portion of people may not know it. Everyone has 9-to-5 jobs. They have families, they have kids, they have a lot of stuff going on in the world and in their life. And so I present the information just so people are aware, because believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this information. So yeah, it may not be a leak, but it is information. That's the most important thing, getting information to the hands of the player so you guys are aware. With that said, that's pretty much it for my top questions for Subnauts. If you guys, once again, want to have your question presented in a video, feel free to leave it down in the comment section. I will try to get them in a video. As I said earlier, if you want a chance to win Subnautica, leave a comment. I want to try to help out someone get the game. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to leave me a like. Even better yet, subscribe. That helps me in a very big way. Keeps you informed and it helps me out a lot. As always, guys, my name is Fervor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Subnautica 2 video very soon.